Data structure in Java. Static and dynamic memory allocation. Now, static and dynamic memory allocation are two types of memory allocation that we can do on non-primitives. In case of primitives, we are not doing the memory allocation at all. The compiler is handling the memory allocation on its own. But in case of non-primitives, we can allocate its memory requirement in two ways. Static. Now what is static? The memory allocation which is once if it is done and it can't be modified. That is static memory allocation. And dynamic memory allocation is one which can be modified even when the program is running. Let me see some example of static and dynamic memory allocation. Now, if you look at this program code, you will see two arrays are getting declared. The first one's name is AR, which is getting size 7 directly. Now, once this allocation in AR is done, I cannot expand the requirement, the memory size. That means I can't make it anything more than 7 cell array. And in case of AT, I am taking a variable P. Now this P also could have been an input statement. Like I could have taken input of P as well. Input of P also would be equivalent. And that would also give me a correct compilation. But once I finish allocating memory to this, then also after this part is over, AT would remain an array of size P. This brings us to the static memory allocation examples where AR and AT both exhibit fixed size once they are allocated. You cannot change the capacity of AR or AT after the allocation is done. But in case of dynamic memory allocation, once I declare the memory of one of the element, the program can go on adding more and more elements even when the execution is going on. Now this is a kind of, how is it possible? Once the program is going on, how can you change the size of an array? But in that case, we will not use array as a direct, a variable. We are going to use something called self-referential data members made with the help of classes and objects. So let us now switch over to dynamic memory allocation and see how it can be done. Okay.